Hi Gemini, welcome back to Omkaratarot and to another Love Bite. Gemini, let's see what are the messages for you now. And a warm welcome back to all my subscribers. Welcome in newcomers. Gemini Spirit. Alright, first three cards for the first person. King of Cups, Hanged Man and the Four of Cups. Second person, Five of Cups, Ace of Wands and the Sun card. Mutual energies, Page of Wands, Three of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of my deck, I have the High Priestess in reverse. Somebody here is listening to their intuition and saying enough is enough, because from the first look at the cards, Gemini, I do feel somebody here never expressed their emotions. I mean, as much as they want to now, or they want to get unstuck from the position they find themselves in, somewhere they feel their offer will not be accepted. This person is very sad, very discontent with life. Now they're missing their person. They wish they had expressed themselves earlier. The other person says, yeah, even I feel bad because I just wasted a lot of time, energy, effort, on a situation which kind of never flourished. But you know what? I've regained my passion for life. I'm moving towards my own happiness now. I'm going to listen to my own intuition. I'm going to start a brand new journey, brand new chapter of my life, turn my back to any negative thoughts anymore. That's my first thought. Of course, I'm going to clarify these cards for you, Gemini. But before that, let's start with some dialogue message cards. Then we'll clarify these and do your mutual energies. All right, Spirit, tell me, Gemini and their person, if they could say something to each other right now, what would that be? Gemini and their person, Spirit. That's too many. One more. Gemini and their person, Spirit. Again, what's happening here? Somebody's really kind of bubbling over to say things, it seems. Okay. One more from here. All right. Let's take a few more from another deck. Gemini and their person. Gemini and their person. Let's take a few more gems from a third deck as well, and then we'll start the reading. Gemini and their person. All right, good to go. Let's start the reading. And Gemini, if any of you are looking for personal readings, my email is omkaratarot@gmail.com. You can reach me there. It's there in the description box below as well. So the first card here says, I don't understand why you hide your feelings from me. And whenever you do open up, you run and you hide. When you do get in touch, you act as if nothing has happened and give me little to no explanation as to why you just vanished. This behavior makes me feel unappreciated and not valued by you. Every thought is you. You occupy my mind. I can't escape you even if I tried. Judgment. I'm making the decision once and for all to turn this around. This is not the way I wanted things to end. I wish I could go back in time. You changed. You were keeping secrets from me. 1 minute we were talking like best friends, and then you distanced yourself from me. Every time it happened again, we grew further and further apart. I miss the old us. It hurts me that you continue to choose others over me. What do they have that I don't? Or is it that you don't feel worthy of a real connection? I want to impress you. You have no idea of the pain you've caused me. I'm still healing. I need security. Nothing else matters but you. Alright, so these were some of your messages. If these were resonating with your storyline, Gemini, let's start the reading. I'm going to first focus on the first line, which is person A for me. Then we'll move to the other person. Newcomers, these are not gender-based. And you could be either one of them if this is your reading, right? So, person A, let's start with you. What's the King of Cups? I do see you have a lot of strong emotional feelings, which I don't think you've expressed. Yeah, because they were busy elsewhere. Person A says, I was not in a position to express my feelings because their mind could be occupied somewhere else. It could be on a third party. It could be on their work. It could be on their travel. It could be something which I think this person kept secret, never spoke about. And that, I think, resulted in maybe the death of this connection. it ended. So what's the Hanged Man in reverse? They feel the other person stopped waiting for them. Maybe now they're realizing how they made the other person feel. Now they're realizing, oh my God, I was so preoccupied with my own work, with my own things. I made them feel less than, or I never gave them an offer. I breadcrumbed them, or I, left them in lack. And now it's too late. They walked away from me because I didn't offer them any cups which were full, or, any offers. So they are a little scared that, the other person is no longer waiting and has walked away from them. Now this person is sitting in a lot of regret because now they are missing that cup that was being offered to them. It's like, if somebody gives you a piece of cake and you say, no, I'm busy working right now and I don't have time to eat. And you leave it in the fridge for, let's say, 10 days. And by the time you really get hungry and you're craving to have something sweet and delicious, you open the fridge and there's mold on it. So that's what this person is feeling. Oh my God, now I'm missing the love that was being offered, but I was so busy elsewhere. I didn't, pay attention to this love connection. They were offering it to me, but I'm sure they're no longer waiting. This person, I realized why they got unstuck from me and walked away is because I didn't never offered them anything. Okay, so person B, what about you? Five of Cups in reverse. Person B says they're absolutely correct for a change, Omkaratarot. All the cups they offered me were empty. Right? I just ended up wasting a lot of time, energy, effort. But you know what? I'm going to listen to my own intuition now. I'm sure if I turn my life around, my world around, there is a brand new Two of Cups waiting for me elsewhere. Maybe this was never my soulmate, right? So I think person B is kind of reigniting their passions for life again. They're going towards their own happiness, no longer waiting for an apology. No longer waiting for a love offer. It's like, yeah, they were always a liar. So why would I want an apology from them? Even if they come and talk to me now, I'm sure they're going to give me a bunch of lies, right? This person was just too egoistic and prideful. All maybe they wanted was a little bit of fun and passion and nothing else. And so this was a very imbalanced connection. So person B is kind of feeling, yes, this person I was dealing with was probably a narcissist. Right? They wanted to keep me as an option for passion, maybe. They were rude, they were mean, they never opened up their emotions because person B is convinced that person A was keeping them like an option. So person B says, yeah, I don't want to be an option in anyone's life. I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to move towards my own happiness now. Yeah, I think person B feels this is the end. I've been stabbed in the back. They hurt me, they betrayed my trust, so I have to accept. 10 swords done. Now I have to pick myself up, take back my own power, take back control of my life, do my own healing work, and move on. So tell me then, mutual energy spirit, for the first person, Page of Wands. What's the Page of Wands? Ace of Cups in reverse. They do want to message, I feel, but somewhere they feel it's too late or the love is lost. I think they were waiting for the other person who was always the loving, kind, compassionate person to maybe be the first one to reach out or message them again. But I don't think the other person is reaching out. They are not chasing them anymore. I think they were really hoping that, this is what they're telling themselves in their mind. If they were not already moved on, if they didn't have new love in their life, they would have reached out. So what they're trying to do, person A is trying to spy. They're trying to spy, they're trying to watch, they're trying to see if person B is already in another new commitment. If they haven't messaged me, then maybe they are with somebody or they would have reached out by now. But now, since I think person B has taken back their power, they're not chasing person A anymore. Person A could be afraid that it's too late, or oh my God, they've turned their back on me now. Things are at absolute standstill now. They are seeing the other person stand up for themselves and not get swayed or bogged down or chase them or reach out anymore. So yeah, they feel it's over. I think person A is kind of realizing the injustice they did has pushed their person away to take back the power and control. So they are saying that person B, who was, I think, the initiator in the past, is no longer messaging them anymore, is holding back from even reaching out or saying anything to them anymore. Now they're feeling like a loser. It's like, oh my God, I thought I could get away with it. I thought I had all the power and control. And if I, behaved the way I was behaving, this person would keep chasing me. But now they feel I shouldn't have played those mind games, because all these mind games, finally I became the loser. Now they're not reaching out. They've given up on me. So person A is going to continue to spy on person B, I feel, from afar. Okay, so tell me, at least this weekend they're not reaching out, they're just spying. Okay, so person B, you tell me, what do these three cards mean for you? Page of Wands. I think person A feels that I was waiting to hear from them. I wanted them to take action, and the news I wanted to hear from them is that they are choosing my direction. They have made up their mind. They're not, confused. They don't want anybody else. They choose my direction. But since this person always, gives me inconsistent communication, or they are always rude, or they are, never clear and honest with their communication, this person was just very, very immature in the way they, behaved with me. So I think person A is kind of feeling that was a waste of time. That was a real waste of my time. I kept waiting for them to level up or see this connection or choose this direction. But you know what? I think it's time now to just kind of give up hope. So person B was hopeful at one time that person A would reach out, step up and choose their direction, and that would have maybe made person B very, very happy at one point, because they were looking for commitment. But I think person A has waited too long. It's been a while for person B to keep waiting, keeping their life on hold. I mean, they can't do that for the rest of their life, right? It's like, how long am I going to wait for them to make up their mind or choose my path, and I'll keep my life on hold? I think it's time for me to now make up my own mind now. I have to choose myself. I have to release this connection once and for all, so I can then have a brand new beginning. So I think person B is the one who's saying, I'm done, full stop here, there is nothing here. Maybe they never had any intentions, they never saw me as a soulmate. Maybe this person was just into passion and nothing else. They just wanted attention from me and attention from people around them, and I don't want to deal with a player. So person B could be the one who's saying, I'm not waiting anymore. And person A knows that. They are feeling that energetic thing that person B is no longer waiting, because otherwise they feel they would have reached out by now, right? They were always so loving. They always reached out. If they have totally stopped communicating with me, that means I've lost them. And the explanation they're trying to give to themselves is, yeah, you know what, even if I was to go towards them, they won't accept my offer. They must have already found somebody else. I'm sure they found a new Two of Cups by now. If they were single or they were available, they would have reached out as always. So tell me about the High Priestess in reverse. This is person B, who says, I'm just listening to my intuition, Omkaratarot. I know the truth. This person was never paying attention to building anything with me. Their mind was everywhere else. Their energy was everywhere else. They treated me like I was just one of the things that they had going on in their life. And that doesn't work for me. So that's what I have for you. Till next time then, Gemini, love and light. Take care. Namaste.